Hey everybody, this is Devin. I'm want to talk to you about Giving Tuesday and the GTstreamathon. We're going to be doing this live across multiple platforms, and so I'm kind of testing the software out right now. So I'm just launching this live stream on Facebook and on Twitter. So you should be able to see this now if you're watching on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on YouTube. Feels like a lot of places to be live all at one time. But tomorrow, Giving Tuesday, tomorrow, I'll be live streaming for 24 hours. It's going to be a little bit wild and crazy. I'm going to start at midnight Pacific time. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I did this last year. A few of you will remember that I live streamed 24 hours. I interviewed about 65 nonprofit leaders throughout the day last year. Really just had a ball. We encouraged people to donate. And it was just a lot of fun. And so I want to encourage you to join me tomorrow. That's really why I wanted to get online today and just tell you a little bit about what we're planning. Tomorrow, rather than have 65 nonprofit leaders, we're shooting for 100. We're not quite there yet, but we are continuing to add people even today. I'm sure we'll get close. By last count, we were approaching 90. So I'm hoping we can get to 100 nonprofits signed up for tomorrow. We've got some amazing organizations represented, including some national nonprofits like Rotary International will be represented by Eric Schmeling, and we'll have just, the full day. Let me pull up the schedule here. We'll start in that 1 o'clock a.m. hour. We'll have, we've got, a bunch of people have already signed up in the last hour. So we'll be talking to people largely in Europe and Africa in those wee hours of the morning when people in America are still asleep. We'll have, I'm excited to visit with Stina Philipson, especially. She's in, I think she's in Holland or Denmark. Anyway, she'll be joining us from Europe tomorrow early in the wee hours here in Utah, where I'll be streaming live from. Then we've got more in the 2 o'clock hour in Salt Lake. Again, we'll be talking to people in Africa and elsewhere and in India. During the 3 o'clock hour, more Africans and Indians in that hour as well. Then 5 o'clock, something crazy happens. The sun comes up on the East Coast, and we start adding a few more people here in the United States to the show. And so things get really hopping and busy then. We'll have, the schedule is just completely full from about 7 o'clock Salt Lake time all through the day. I want to thank our incredible sponsors. We've got some very generous sponsors, including John Biederman at Donor Perfect, as well as John Brennick at Caring Crowd, Johnson & Johnson's Caring Crowd. They're great sponsors for us. We also have a generous donor by the name of Michael Dash, who donated his sponsorship to A New Dawn, a nonprofit organization that's working with women who are overcoming addiction. Just a fantastic organization. Daryl Hatton is another sponsor. We're so grateful for him. He'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. He runs Fundraiser, so check out Fundraiser. It's a great platform. In fact, we've got a number of people who are raising money on Fundraiser who will be on the show tomorrow. We also have people who are fundraising on Caring Crowd on the show. We also have people who use Donor Perfect, I think, on the show. So John Biederman from Donor Perfect, he'll be on at 9:10 Eastern time. And then he'll be back. What a generous sponsor. John sponsored 3 hours of the show, so he'll be back at 11:10, as well, 1:10 Eastern, 11:10 here in Utah. And then he'll be back in the afternoon at 4:10 Eastern. Finally, John's going to join us again from the official Giving Tuesday reception in New York City. And we'll have an opportunity to visit with all the folks there. I'm hoping that we can get a minute with Henry Timms and Kathy Calvin, some of those that were instrumental in creating Giving Tuesday nearly a decade ago. You think about the tremendous impact they've had on the world with this Giving Tuesday movement. It's very exciting. We'll hope to have them join us. And then, again, we'll have nonprofit leaders on all day into the evening. The real fun will be watching me unravel. And so I encourage you to see the spectacle, to tune in. So you may want to tune in when you're, first thing in the morning. Check it out. You may want to check in a little later in the afternoon. By the time you check in the morning, if you're one of my friends here in Utah, for instance, by the time you wake up and check on things at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll have been live streaming for 7 straight hours. I'll have done 25 interviews by the time you check in on me. By the time you check in on me at, say, 5 o'clock in the evening, Salt Lake time, I'll have done about 60 or 70 interviews. I'll have been streaming for 16 straight hours. I will be going nuts. I remember last year doing this, and I remember by about 10 p.m., I was beginning to have difficulty focusing on and understanding and remembering where I was and what I was doing. It was almost an out-of-body experience. So I am a little nervous about the last interviews. I've got, we've got interviews all evening long, but we've got a great interview coming up with Jeff Nash from Habilitat in Hawaii in the evening. Gene Backus from Las Vegas will join us talking about the great organization that he helps to lead. We've got people just all evening, and then we start back into, as we get later into the night, we start back into more of our international folks, especially those, again, in Africa, India, and Asia, where they can join us during their daytime again. So it'll be a great discussion. And then, of course, here in Salt Lake, I won't stop streaming until 1 a.m. And, at 1 a.m. I'll wrap up. So this is going to be a great thing. I'm looking forward to it and hope that you'll join me as well. Check it out. Let me tell you how to find it. So I'll be streaming live. Wherever you see this, you should be able to find me again. So if you're watching right now on Facebook, and I suspect that's where most people will see this, visit facebook.com/Devin Thorpe, DEVINTHORPE. And the top post tomorrow should be the Streamathon. Now, it's possible someone will tag me in a post and that'll pop up, but just scroll down. You'll find the live stream. So please come find it on Facebook. Now, if you're on Twitter, it'll be live streaming to Twitter and Periscope as well. So you can find me there. My Twitter handle where I'll be live streaming is at Devin, DEVIN, initial D, Devin D. Thorpe, THORPE. So let me say it again all together, DEVINDTHORPE. I do tweet sometimes from at Devin Thorpe, but the stream won't be there. So go to at Devin D. Thorpe. Okay, so it'll also be on YouTube. So you can find my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Devin Thorpe, DEVINTHORPE, youtube.com/Devin Thorpe, or just go directly to the website, the It's GT for Giving Tuesday, GTstreamathon.org. So you can find all the streams there. We'll stream on YouTube. We can only do 8 hours at a time. So on YouTube tomorrow, we'll stream 1 a.m. Salt Lake time to 9, and then from 9 a.m. to 5, and then 5 to 1 a.m. again in 3 different sections. But all of those players are already ready to go, already embedded on the website there at GTstreamathon.org. So join me tomorrow, and we'll have just a mountain ton of fun. I want to mention one last sponsor that I neglected to mention. I'm so glad I remembered before we shut down here, but Michael Deputy has donated his sponsorship quite generously to the nonprofit choir here in Salt Lake City, not the choir formerly known as the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, no, but another wonderful choir called the Salt Lake Choral Artists. It's a nonprofit organization that actually operates 5 different groups. It's an amazing organization, so you be sure to check it out. But they'll be fundraising tomorrow, and I encourage you to donate to their cause as well as to A New Dawn. And for those of you who are nonprofit leaders, I encourage you to check out our sponsors, Donor Perfect, Caring Crowd, and Fundraiser. It may make sense at different times for you to use all of those different tools for your fundraising efforts. So I encourage you to check them out. That said, I'm really excited and looking forward to our discussion tomorrow. Really appreciate your interest. And so let me ask you one final favor. Let me be very clear. There is an opportunity for us to really move the needle, you and I, on the fundraising that happens on Giving Tuesday. If you will help me help these nonprofits raise more money on Giving Tuesday, you can do it very easily if you'll just commit. Just please visit the Streamathon and share it. However you find it, share it. It will be, I'm going to share it like crazy. So if you're in my universe and you're seeing this, you'll almost certainly come across the Streamathon tomorrow. Let me implore you, not for my sake, I don't matter. And this isn't about me. This is about the nonprofits. We'll have nearly 100 nonprofits on the show. They're all raising money. They do so much good in the world. Please, please share for their benefit. Let's blow up this Giving Tuesday and help nonprofits raise more money than they ever have before on Giving Tuesday. Let's make this the biggest, best Giving Tuesday ever. Please share. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.